Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back. Welcome back. Listen, we got a few things that we are going to get into today. Give me 1 second though. I need to switch my mic real quick. I thought I had it up, but I guess I don't. One, hope everybody is having a happy Saturday. I do believe today is Saturday, but I got a few things I want to talk about. So let's not even waste no time. Let's go ahead and hop right on into it. Okay. The first thing I want to talk about is Diddy, Don, and Kaleena. Okay. So for the people that do not know, Don has filed a lawsuit against Diddy, and Don is a former member of Danity Kane, right? I read this lawsuit on my channel. So if you guys have not checked it out and you want to check it out, you can definitely go find it and get into it because she has witnessed a lot. She has experienced a lot. And I actually believe that everything she put in that article is true. I know some people, excuse me, are trying to say that, some of her interviews are kind of contradicting, the lawsuit today. But I'm like, I think some of the interviews she may have given in the past were her trying to be like, play nice. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. I think that she was trying to like play nice and stuff with Diddy, the industry, and not try to rub him too wrong because he was very powerful. But now with where she is today, it's like F that. I do believe that everything she said in her lawsuit is absolutely true. And if you also watch some of her interviews from the past, she kind of referenced some of the very stuff that she's mentioning in the lawsuit. You feel what I'm saying? So I definitely believe what all she's saying. Now in this lawsuit, she did name drop. She name dropped her former group member of Dirty Money, Miss Kaleena Harper. She name dropped Cassie. Okay. And there were a few others, but she primarily highlighted the the abuse. Is how I'm trying to say it, okay, without YouTube acting up. But anywho, she made note of different incidents that she witnessed that Diddy had violated Miss Cassie, and also pretty much mentioned that Kaleena was there, and even spoke on Kaleena's very own DV relationship herself. Okay, so she touched on a few things. And Miss Kaleena decided to come out and kind of distance herself, in my opinion, from what it is that Don has going on. And y'all let me know what y'all think about it, okay? Y'all let me know what y'all think about it. Let me get it up on the screen so we can really get into what Miss Ma'am had to say, okay? So Kaleena took to her IG to give us this very long post, and she says, "I acknowledge the recent lawsuit filed by Don Richard, in which my name has been mentioned 33 times. The fact that you will open up the statement with that and dropping the number of 33 times, that to me, y'all, makes me think that girl, don't put me in this. I ain't trying to have nothing to do with it. Like, did you have to mention my name 33 times? Well, BIT, did you have to count your damn name 33 times? Like, ain't nobody tell you that you did that because that's what you wanted to do. Don't be mad. Okay. But anywho, while I fully respect, she says, Dawn's right to recount her experiences, I want to emphasize that her account reflects her personal perspective and should not be interpreted as a universal truth applicable to everyone involved. Now, first of all, BIC, this is where I think Dawn should have came out the door ready to swing on them. For real, for real. Okay. Now, I do feel like, yeah, okay, it is Don's personal experience. You might see things differently considering the fact that you were, according to Don, the woman that said, "Oh, don't get in those folks' business, let's go." Only to later find out, according to Don's lawsuit, that you were already in a DV situation your damn self. So it sounds on brand. So, in addition to that, I feel like Dawn may have been by herself. So, of course, like not really having a lot of support. Of course, even when her dad, as she put in the lawsuit, tried to come help her, he couldn't even do a whole lot, right? You had your husband who seemed to be, according to Dawn's lawsuit, your husband seemed to be very cool with Diddy. So maybe your experience to you was a bit different because you had your husband, whereas Dawn didn't really have nobody for real, for real. Well, let's keep going. She said, "It's important to understand that while I was present in some of the same professional settings mentioned, I am confusion. Many of the allegations and incidents described in this suit are not representative of my experiences, and some do not align with my own truth." So you was there, present, but you didn't see what the hell she saw. That's what I'm getting from what you're saying. So, okay, girl, I guess I don't like that. I feel like some part of me is like, girl, you came out better not saying anything. It's making me think that your husband told you you need to come out and you need to say something. So you came out and you gave a statement trying to distance yourself. So when you are past this moment of trying to disassociate yourself from like Don really ain't saying nothing different than a lot of people have already said about him, even before the lawsuit started to come to the front. Okay. But once you're done disassociating yourself or whatever from this situation, don't be trying to bring no lawsuit up then. Don't be trying to see if you can get a piece of the pie or anything like that at a later time. So she says, and made it very clear to mention that husband, Tony. She says, Tony and I have always conducted ourselves with the highest level of professionalism and integrity. How I know you lying is because don't nobody go over to Love and Hip Hop ATL, baby, with the highest form of professionalism and integrity. Not a single person. And y'all can try and say y'all acting all day long. Everything ain't an act. So I know you lying. Okay, girl. So then she says, we were not involved in, nor were we aware of any behavior that could be considered abusive or unlawful. You know what? Now, this could be Kaleena because it's on brand, but it also could have been their husband, child. But let's keep going. He could have took to that IG page and made this post his stuff, but we're going to keep going. She says, as this matter is now part of an ongoing legal process, I will refrain from discussing any specific details further. My focus continues to be on my family, my music, and my work, which I will pursue with the same dedication and positivity that have always guided me. Okay, girl. She says, I trust that the legal system will handle this case with the fairness and thoroughness it requires, and I support any process that seeks to uncover the truth. Kaleena, baby. Excuse me, y'all. Kaleena, baby, you could have kept this slick. Slick, you could have kept it. You could have kept it. I mean, honestly, she has a right, I do feel, if somebody mentions you in a lawsuit, you have a right to come out and say, kind of like try to clear that up. You know what I'm saying? And it is, I mean, if her experience was different than it was, but I really don't think it was. But that's my biased opinion after reading this lawsuit and seeing all the other lawsuits that's been coming up against him. Like, I'm sorry. I think you over here capping. Okay. And I feel like if you and your husband's situation about him being abusive and doing the DV and all of that with you would have never been put in this lawsuit, I do question whether or not Kaleena would have actually came forward. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. If he was never mentioned in it and y'all situation was never talked about, would you have come to the front to have tried to I don't know what she's talking about. I mean, like, yeah, we was there together. Obviously, y'all got evidence of that, but that don't mean that I experienced it how she did. And maybe because you had your man with you, maybe he wasn't coming in there grabbing on your butt and your breast as you're trying on clothes and checking you out like that. Maybe not. IDK. That's interesting. But we're gonna see what's gonna happen with this situation. I have not seen, and y'all let me know, because I have not seen his attorney respond yet to debunk the claims of Dawn just yet. I haven't seen it just yet. I did see where he came out with that $100 million that other lawsuit with that other guy that filed in prison, and they were trying to debunk that because he didn't know anything about it, and he really don't even know who the hell the person is. So I saw that, but I haven't seen him come out and say anything to Dawn. And according to the neighborhood talk, they're saying that Dawn is suing Diddy for $100 million. Let me see. Nothing twisted has been added in Dawn Richards. Yeah, $100 million. I didn't know a number was put out there. Now, when I went through the court docs, there were different millions of dollars that were listed, but none of them really equaled up to 100 million. So I was unfamiliar of an exact number that she was suing him for. So I don't know if they're getting that mixed up with the previous lawsuit or if she really is suing him for $100 million. You know what I'm saying? But that is, girl, I told y'all after Cassie, that wasn't gonna be the last lawsuit. And here we are about to be a year into Cassie filing that last lawsuit. And here we are still going. Girl, a mess, honey. Thank you so much, Son of Dennis, for the super chat. Thank you. Off topic, but Jami, I finally watched you in Be Careful What You Ask For. You were the best actor. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. P.S. Don't never say I don't care for you, because woo, Tubi movies like TP but without the money. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. Yes, thank you. Um, but yeah, y'all. So that's crazy, girl. We just gonna have to wait and see what's going on and who else gonna file a lawsuit and what's gonna happen with Dawn's lawsuit. But like I said, I haven't seen Diddy say anything or his team say anything yet. Okay. Let me know your thoughts about that down below. Now we got to get into a very interesting story, y'all. And this is a bit sad. It's trigger warning. It does involve, well, I'm going to say that I'm not sure if it involves DV. Okay. But what I will say is it does involve a person being unalived. Okay. And it appears that a husband may have unalived his wife. Or shall I say more recent ex-wife, because I believe she did file for a divorce from this man. And I saw this story starting to go a bit viral over on social media, and I definitely wanted to talk about it. Okay. So this woman that you see here is Crystal Evans. I believe she changed her last name back to her main name, which is Evans. And then this man that you see here is Tom Mallory. Now, when I first learned about this, I think I saw it over on it's on site. And then I hopped on Facebook and I started seeing people on my timeline talking about it and stuff. So I'm like, okay, this is crazy. And what they're saying over on it's on site, they're alleging, because I have not seen anything to say that this is actual person is dead. But what they're saying is that this woman is in Georgia. She's down there in Griffin, or at least she was, from my understanding. They said a Georgia woman allegedly unalived by ex-husband who stalked her after she found out he was on the down low and broke up with him. Now that I'm not sure. Okay. That I am not sure. I'm not sure if he was on the DL or not, but I'll just play this quick news clip so you guys can check this out real quick. Hold on. It's really short. It's really short.
Is dead, another injured after a shooting near the Spalding County Courthouse. Both Griffin police and Spalding County deputies, they were called to the scene earlier, and police say that both of the people, they knew each other. But right now, police are still investigating what exactly led to this shooting. Police say that there is no active threat for the public at this time. Person is
The crazy thing is they over there talking about they investigating what led to the unaliving of this lady, but the lady been down there trying to get y'all to do something about this for the longest, and y'all ain't been y'all weren't trying to do nothing. From my understanding, she had, I guess, like a court date or something, or they were at the courthouse, and when she was leaving the courthouse, from my understanding, she asked for a police escort, and the police was like no or something like that, and it led to her being unalived, right outside the courthouse, which is crazy, right? But I went through her page and I found some more things that I wanted to share, because she was trying to notify people. I've been seeing more posts that are recent as of August. But as I kept going through her profile, I saw back in February of 2023, she been put this note out and said, please know if something happened to me, Tom Mallory did it. That's the ex. She been out here trying to give y'all warnings, trying to get some help. And this is how y'all just act like y'all didn't give a damn. Then the girl got unalived right outside the courthouse. Child. And then somebody else, I saw them make a post, and I may get to that, but they were saying that he was supposed to turn himself in, but I guess he he shot himself as well. Like after he got her, he went and got himself. But I believe that he went to the hospital. He wasn't unalived on site, but I believe he was supposed to turn himself in. But people were complaining that the judge was giving him till Monday or something like that. And they like, what the hell? Like, no, snatch him up now. But anywho, she made this post back in February 2023 saying, please know if something happens to me, Tom Mallory did it. He will not stop stalking and harassing me. I want him to stop following me, trying to show up everywhere I am. I have a divorce in order plus a PTO being filed. I hate to do this, but he will not stop. Please go on with your life and leave me alone. Please, if something happens to me, please make sure that this man is accountable for his actions. I have been living in hell trying to get away from this man. And from my understanding, these two have been married for over 20 years. The last post I saw her make in 2020 was saying that they were married for like 27 years, and I think they have some kids together. So I'm like, I don't know if he could have been DL the entire time and she just not learning about it all these years later, or if it's something else, or if people just throwing that around. So I don't know if that's actually true. But obviously she wasn't happy in her marriage. She wanted to leave for whatever the reason was, filed for a divorce and stuff. So yeah, like, you stalking her. She don't want to have nothing to do with you. At the end of the day, just go your way, let her go hers. I never understand that. When, like, I never understand, I don't want nobody else to have you, so I'm just gonna take you out. Like, what kind of stuff is that? And then attempt to take yourself out too. Like, cut it out. That's crazy. Thank you so much, Brandon. My everything is Jamie. That's me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But let's keep going because there's more on her profile that I just wanted to scroll through and get to like one of her more recent posts. And it's crazy because I will say, y'all, I'll be honest. Like, when they did say that, when I did hear the words gay, that eyebrow did stick out to me just a little bit. And I'm not even going to hold you, okay? I'm just being real honest, but it was something, it was giving something about it when I looked at his photos. But I don't know what's really actual factual. But what she did make on her put on her post back in August, she said, all my friends be on the lookout. He's getting desperate. One friend here has always said he tried to go with her. You never know what you're living with. All my friends, please stay safe. No, girl. I ain't trying to dox this man, put his number out there, but anything like that. Like, girl, let me get up off that. Okay. Well, girl, he in the hospital finna be locked up anyway. So what number getting dogs, really? Um, but now he over there trying to slide to your friends and stuff. That was, girl, I hate she found out. So, but I don't know how long it took her to find out. You know what I'm saying? Before she finally decided to leave that marriage. Um, but it looks like she put his car on blast and she was like, please be on the lookout for this truck. If anyone sees this truck, please give me a call or give the police a call because there is Bolo on it. Yep, that's right. He owns nothing, the title in my name. So please let me know if you see this truck. Oh, wow. See, y'all be out here dog wrong. Out here dog wrong. This lady out here doing everything for you. Car is in her name. And because she don't want to be with you no more, and you ain't got nothing to show for your own SHI after being in this marriage, you want to take her out? I can't. I cannot. It's really sad because I believe she had 3 or 4 children. I know she has like a younger son, and I believe she has like 2 older daughters. That's just really sad. And I do believe that the kids was his. Like, it's crazy. And she's been out here just putting everything on blast. She's been doing what she's supposed to do to go down to the courts and everything. And y'all still fail to protect this woman. And that's really messed up. She made this post back in July on the 23rd saying, you're not going to keep slandering my name and calling me crazy and making it like I have a mental problem because I don't want to be with you. You need to act your old age and not your shoe size. You, sir, are the one that has went crazy and been going crazy trying to do everything and taking everything under the sun to get the pecker to work. Not to get the pecker. How they was going in, wasn't it? On top of all your other health conditions that should have been should have been the least of your worries. Basically saying that he was over there taking whatever Shannon Sharp was over there taking, so that he can, get the pecker to work according to what ma'am said. And that should have been the least of his worries because, he has health conditions. She says, and to keep stressing, to keep stressing to everyone that my name doesn't need to be on a paper. I don't want it there because I've been dropped that borrowed name. Oh, she been dropped the borrowed name. So she went back to the main name. But where everybody is hosting at and setting up at public information, everybody, you can Google it right from your phone to see who owns a property. Knowledge is power, people. Better believe my name is on that. But for respect for his children, I will allow it. Half of the people that's showing up has told me to leave him because he was too good. I was too good for him. Yep, your friends and family. All you can do is just keep paying women to keep company with you. Now, see, I don't know if the man was gay, like the people were saying, if he been over here paying women to hang out with him. Yep, your friends. No, let me go. She says, and all the people have come back and said I haven't slept, but what has done everything else while he was married with him. So they haven't slept with him, but they was doing everything else while you was married to him. He ain't even sleep with me in years. You cannot wake the dead. I know you ladies just want. I don't blame you if you don't get it. Y'all just want what? I guess you mean to say money, but I don't blame you if you don't get it. The next one will. It's sad has happened. It's sad it has happened to come to this, but one thing you're not gonna do is keep stealing from me and trying to punish me because I don't want to be with you. You are egotistic. You are a egotistic, narcissistic. Like everyone is saying, you can plainly see it too. The way you are going about trying to plan this and take over. My character and reputation speaks for itself. Don't keep playing with me because I keep receipts plus medical records. Oh my. May I don't that things. Oh wow. Wow. Let me see, let me hop back over to her page because she then made another post about him. She put like his images and stuff up, and I believe she called him out from there. Let me see. This lady had all this evidence showing all of this stuff, and y'all still keep this man away from her. Sad, 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 sad. Matter of fact, I think it might be on this post here. Let me see. Here it is. She says, it's sad that I have to walk around terrified for my life and my children's. I know if something happens to me, please know who did it. This man has said numerous times that he's going to kill me. I am posting and trying to leave a paper trail. This man is extremely dangerous, and I have plenty of people who have heard him say this, and he's told this too. Leave me alone. That was on August 3rd. Then just a day ago, before she passed, from what it looks like, she says, dude, please leave me alone. It's over. Move on with your life, please, respectfully. And I guess she was going back down to the courthouse for something. Either she had a court date, she was trying to get this settled. Either she had, maybe she was trying to file something else. But whatever it was, when she came out, when she got in her car, that's when he started aiming at her car. And it resulted in her death. And then he left and harmed himself. And I do believe that they have caught up to him. And this person here, this is some of the footage. Okay, whatever this is happening outside, she says Crystal Evans and her abuser stood in front of the judge in Spalding County yesterday. The judge is Sam Parks. Instead of arresting him right there on the spot, he told him to come back on Monday and turn himself in. Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. He was supposed to turn himself in, but instead the judge, because he violated, that had to be what it is. If she had a PTO, then he must have violated that, which resulted in them going back to court. He should have turned himself in at that very moment. Instead, the judge is telling him to return on Monday. Remember, we had this talk when it came down to Jennifer, and we started talking about how he was her husband was locked up for a little bit, then he get to go to Paris, and then when he comes back, he's gonna be locked up. And I said, dang, the laws have gotten very lenient since the pandemic. And you mean to tell me this man was supposed to turn himself in? You told him don't worry about it, come back on Monday, and then she ended up losing her life right outside the courtroom, right outside the courthouse. That's crazy work. Sam, I don't know when you up for a re-election, but they need to get you up out your spot, honey. They need to go ahead and snatch you up out your spot, because I don't know what that was. And this is on you. This is on you. That is so sad. I just really hate that. I know her daughter did make a post, and she just spoke on how her mom went, as far as she needed to go to protect herself and make sure that she was good. She stood 10 toes behind herself. And her daughter said, now that you're gone, I'm gonna stand, 10 toes behind you. And basically make sure that the daddy get what he supposed to get, period. It's just really sad. Really, really sad. But I just had to bring that story to y'all because I feel like it was so unfortunate and so unfair to her when she's doing everything that y'all tell her to do. And then She's still taken out. No protection. Very sad. I might just be like, what y'all be listening to that be making y'all think that, not y'all, but them. What do they be listening to that makes them not take things as serious? But then when they get in courtrooms, sometimes with situations that aren't that big, the person that works for the state, they'll amplify a situation to be like, so I've sat in courtrooms and I've listened to it, and I'm like, girl, now why is you amplifying that story to make it seem like it's just terrible? You make it sound more gruesome than what it really is. But then you have a person going in with evidence showing you this is what he's done, this is that. The judge over there taking it like it's just like lightly. Oh, just come back on Monday. It's cool. Child, terrible. Trash. Here we are. Let's keep going. I think we're gonna talk more on marriage, okay? I feel like most of the rest of this is gonna be about, people in marriages and stuff. Now, y'all know that Miss Jennifer is likely married at this time. Okay, she's over in Paris. We did get to see her over there with her boo. I was thinking that she was married and everything, but I don't know. Okay. Maybe that was some pre-festivities or something, but by the time she makes it back to the US, she will indeed be married. All right. So the verdict will be out on that. We shall see how that's going to play out. All right. But it did not stop Miss Evelyn. Okay. Miss Evelyn Lozada came to the front so that she could share her thoughts on some stuff. Now, I don't know if Evelyn is or is not over in Paris, but I don't think she is. And I'm surprised 'cause I thought that y'all was like really good friends at this point. I thought y'all had, got back cool. Maybe not. But Evelyn says when God gives you warning signs, it's not to hurt you, but to protect you from greater pain. You would know when you turn a deaf ear to God's warnings, you might find yourself walking into the very danger he was trying to save you from. Now listen, I think she was talking about Jen just a bit. Cause I'm like, why you over here taking shots at Jen? This supposed to be her wedding day. Girl, you had all last week when that man was about to get locked the fuck up. When that man was in the court, you had all last week to put this up on your page. You had a whole season, and I ain't been watching to know. But if you haven't, you had a whole season to be sitting up there telling Jen about her man. You over there running damn investigations on Miss Jackie. You should have been running them on this man. I hate to say it, but nah, don't do that. Cause when Vanessa, what's her name? Vanessa Bangs. When Bangs did it, we didn't like it. I didn't like how she went about doing it. And I didn't like how she tried to group Jackie in on her bullshit. Okay. Knowing that her husband don't even be really wanting to be seen with her for real. High key. Knowing he don't even much like her like that. Okay. So maybe you should not have been doing that. But maybe you should have. If you was gonna do it anyway, that's who you should have did it on while you running some shit over there on Miss Jackie. Because this show good Judy. She probably would have received it better from you than receiving it better from Vanessa Miss that. Okay. The one you couldn't stand. And you ain't like it when Vanessa did it, but then you turned around and did it to Jackie. A mess. Anyway. And while she was over there talking, I did ask, who is she talking about? Is she talking about Jen or her daughter? Who is she speaking to? Jen, her daughter, or is she just talking? Which one is it? Because maybe she just giving out advice to anybody. Because while you throwing shade at Jen, that could be for your child too. And that's no disrespect at all. I wish everybody the best. Good luck. Okay. Definitely wish everybody the best. But Jen, baby, I'm concerned. I want you to have a happy moment because you have had terrible relationships in the past. And I always want to see people get to their good place where they get a good partner and all of that. But I just don't know. And then people are alleging that Jen paid $250,000 for this wedding all by herself. And it's like, honestly, y'all, just because we know this man don't pay his child support or whatever, it does not mean that he didn't help her out with that wedding, in my opinion. He very well could have. There are plenty of men that will pay for a wedding with a new bitch before they sit up there and pay for child support for their own children. Let's be honest. Okay. So that would not surprise me at all. If he gave her a few racks for that. Now I don't think he gave her a bulk. I think she paid for the bulk, in all honesty. Um, But yeah, if her show, if it's a special as well that she sold to a network, then I'm also wondering, did the network buy into it? Maybe neither one of them came up off that 250K for real, for real. So I don't know. But that's what's going on, honey. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Speaking of relationships, Scrappy decided that he was gonna come and talk about Rashida and Kirk and Yandy and Mendici and how these ladies ain't gonna never leave. It's giving he still butt hurt just a little bit about Bambi walking away from him. So let's see what he got to say, because this is real interesting.
Rashida ain't never leaving Kirk. Like that is, I talked to Rashida and Yandy last night. Them mother ain't never leaving them, man. They real women. Real women don't leave they men, cuz at all. Cuz they know what, they know the future. The future is go far and beyond these weak.
Are you out your motherfucker? Which I had to stop. You doing too much. You putting too much on. I need you to scoop the fuck back. You need to lean your seat further back because you sound stupid as hell. You really see, Scrappy. That's why you ain't got nobody right now. You really think that women walking away from a marriage that does not make them happy makes them weak, and that instead of sit up there and tolerate a nigga's bullshit, knowing that if they gave that man the same bullshit that they gave her, that he'll show his ass, and you think that makes her strong? Are you crazy? What kind of grandmama granddaddy marriage is you on when we are so beyond that? This is not the 60s or the 50s. We is in 2024. What do you have going on? They both dumb. If you ask me, they the weak ones. If you want to classify it like that.
They leave they want to be on their own. They think they strong. Okay, be strong. You feel what I'm saying? Be on your own. Raise all your kids. Do everything. Yeah. Nah, Rashida ain't never leaving Kirk. Like that.
What the hell is he on? Scrappy, you stupid. You stupid as hell. And I don't like how all of it is on the woman. Like she's supposed to just put up and deal. That ain't your fucking mama. Your mama can give you unconditional love, but she ain't gotta stand by your side with the whole shit forever. You ain't pulling your weight. You ain't over there taking care of your motherfucking bills, resulting in people getting evicted out the damn house. You don't even give a fuck about your kids because you so bitter about your damn wife or whatever that you ain't trying to make sure your household taken care of so your kids can have a place to sleep. Boy, shut your ass up. Crazy. Crazy as hell. But he ain't lie. Because here they go. Rashida and Kurt, they want to share their secret to happiness after 25 years, despite the up and downs, honey.
Our roommates some advice on how you keep the love alive. Obviously, you guys have been through some ups and some downs, but still together. So what is the secret here?
What you would say the secret is? What you find?
I mean, you know, the secret would be you got to understand you're going to deal with a lot of criticism from people telling you how you should be in a relationship. And I don't think people understand me and Rashida have been married 25 years. You know, first of all, we best friends. We're friends first. And, you know, we could talk about a lot of things, but you got to have a friendship and you got to understand everything ain't going to be perfect. Talk to your grandma, your grandpa, and figure out how these relationships make it, because it's about a team here. You know, you need I always say you need a day and a night. You need a plus and a minus. So it's the team. Yeah, so it's like a team thing, and that's what we do. We work as a team, you know. I get beat up a lot, but it is what it is.
What about for you, Rashida? Because you
what about
put us through some things, okay?
Because why the hell is we asking him when he's been the person that has been committing the crimes, in my opinion? Okay, we know how he make it work. How do you continue to deal?
Okay, so what is that for you on your allegedly?
Okay, so what was the question again?
What's your secret to stay happily married after all these years?
You know what? I think with Kirk and I is more, I hate to even say this because people just talk so much, but it's the communication and really like understanding each other, because over time, just because you're married to somebody doesn't mean you really know them like you should or understand them like you should. And throughout years, I guess for us, because we've been together for such a long time, you know, you evolve and change in life as you get older. So understanding each other and being open to that You know what I'm saying? Right. And then most of anything, really communicating with each other and just being real with each other.
Do you have to like relive certain things that are like when you shoot Love and Hip Hop and then it airs, and then are you like mad all over again? Like right now they're holding jazz last night.
Oh yeah, listen. I tell you, I just told somebody, listen, the Kirk that was filming 9 years ago ain't the Kirk that's filming now, because 9 years ago I was new, 3 years in. I could take a lot. Now it's like I'm not really ready for what comes with it, but you know, she's the artist, I was the label. You know, we didn't even tell people we were married in the industry until 10 years later. So it's like a gift and a curse, but it's just a blessing. But you know what else? The woman I married 25 years ago, 5 years, 10 years changes, and then 15 years it changes. So do I. So you have to learn how to deal with the more mature and different needs. Her needs are not the same when she was 25 years younger.
What are your needs now?
I like buildings and stuff and houses.
Buy her stuff.
It used to be hash browns at the Waffle House.
Did you guys give our roommates some advice?
All right. I don't disagree with every single thing, because I think he is right. Like 5 years, 10 years. I mean, like, yeah, you grow within your marriage, you change, and you're going to have to, you know, get adjusted to the person that you're with. But at the same time, what was standing out for me was understanding and being open. And it's giving for me, I really feel like their marriage is open. I feel like they have made a decision, and this is an opinion, not a fact. I feel like they have made a decision that they ain't going nowhere. They will always be together forever. And if you're gonna go out there and do your thing, just let me know that you out there doing it, so at least I won't be blindsided when the hell happens. At least when I get on the show, I can act surprised or whatever, because that's our job. But really, I need to know what's going on. Like, that's what it's given to me. That's what I'm hearing. And what I also, let me say what I didn't really like was when he said, like, oh, you know, we've been together for 25 years. It's giving, because y'all been together for 25 years, there's supposed to be automatic disrespect within those 25 years. Like, that's what comes with 25 years, disrespect of your mate. I don't know. I feel like there are some good relationships out here, but we just don't be knowing about these long-term happy relationships. Because all of the negative ones are you know, broadcasted the most, okay? But you know, girl. Anyway, child, I'm just over here talking. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and let me know what y'all think, for real, girl. Okay. Good luck. Let's keep going. Let's see what else do we have here. Yes. As we speak on marriage, staying together and leaving each other, I would like to talk about Porsha and Simon. Now, the people are saying that Porsha got her a victory, and I'm about to get into this article to see what kind of victory Miss Ma'am really got when it came to this marriage book. I'm sorry, to this prenup situation in the courts. But Simon is coming out and he's debunking, saying that what's being reported is not true. So let us get into what he's saying isn't really. Let's get into the report. So they're saying in the latest ruling in the case, the court granted Williams her request to quash Guabadia's subpoena and request for videotape deposition of her employer, True Entertainment, along with a motion for a protective order. You know what's interesting? Y'all know Simon was not allowing her to film at the house. I don't even think he really wanted her to film the cars. We saw Porsha in that car maybe twice, and then I think he tried to shut that down or whatever. So the thing for me is the season damn over. Okay, I'm sure they're in editing at this point. So with that being said, Porsha didn't even get to really use the great bit of her storyline. Of course, you know, when she signed on to Peacock or Bravo or whatever, I'm sure they thought she was going to be married. Shortly after that, she filed for a divorce or whatever. They're thinking that they're still going to see some lavish things, but now they can't even see that because he was putting a muzzle on it, and that muzzle held down so strong that the damn season over with. So what part of Porsha's fabulous life are we really going to see in the coming season? Now, a judge also denied Guabadia's emergency motions regarding discovery and awarded Miss Porsha attorney fees and expenses of litigation to be paid by Guabadia. The filing also pertains to their prenuptial agreement. According to the docs, Guabadia argues that the wife's desire to return to reality television or employment in the future constitutes a non-disclosure, material fact, and misrepresentation that renders the prenuptial agreement unenforceable. So it sounds like to me, because she decided to go back to work, that's why we can't do that. She went back to work. She got this contract before she filed for a divorce or whatever. And the prenuptial agreement is only supposed to stand if she ain't got no job at all. But now she got a means of taking care of herself. So why the hell I got to pay for all this stuff? You know what I'm saying? So that's what it sounds like to me. Now they're saying addressing Wabadia's claims that Williams agreed to be a stay-at-home mom and wife during their marriage and forego her own career. The court found them to be invalid. The court did not find merit in his argument, as the court finds that wife has been a reality TV celebrity for years, which was well known to husband at the time of negotiating the prenuptial agreement, and husband nevertheless married wife with this knowledge. Now let me say this. I feel like I don't feel bad for neither one of them. Okay. If Porsha don't get shit, she just don't get it. If he got to give up his money, then he just got to give it up. Because I feel like, one, Porsha, you was messing with that lady husband, and we're going to always remind you. And number two, sir, you went and took your ass over there messing with your wife's co-worker or whatever she was this week or next week and trying to rub it in her face and all of that shit, and then you got played. And if Porsha, who was married to your ass less than 2 years, or however long she was married to you, and she pulls off getting all that she wants from you in this prenup, baby, that's going to be one of the biggest finesse in Housewives history, I'm sure. One of the biggest finesse. If you got to turn around and pay that lady so much money, if you sell the house, she gets a percentage of that house. But that's interesting too, because he did buy it before he married her. But I mean, does it matter really? Because I'm does it? Okay, so I don't know, but girl, that's gonna be a big finesse by Miss Porsha. Okay. Child, that's crazy. Is there anything else in the couple's prenuptial agreement? It states that its central purpose is to avoid contested and expensive litigation, including the costly and potentially intrusive discovery process if an event of dissolution occurs. The ruling reads that the court finds it undisputed by both parties that the prenuptial agreement at issue in this case was negotiated by the parties with very competent lawyers over a year length of time, and included the exchange of financial disclosures, such that the issues of fraud, mistake, misrepresentation, and duress are clearly addressed in multiple provisions in the prenuptial agreement. Essentially, the crux of husband's argument could have been explicitly contained within the four corners of the parties' prenuptial agreement, and it was not. Oh my, okay. This is a major victory for Real Housewives of Atlanta star, bringing her to the final step of divorce proceedings. Once the couple's prenuptial agreement is officially upheld in the court, Williams will be awarded her legal expenses by Wabadia and walk away a single woman. Oh my, if you think Porsha ain't already out here acting single, okay, she already single. Now, let me see what Simon was over here being upset about. Let's go over here to that. So Simon puts this post up and he says, when is at People magazine going to realize that they are being used as a propaganda machine to propagate lies? Here is an excerpt to the Fulton County judge's order. This matter is headed to, so he's about to appeal it. And he's about to give it to a major publication. He's so messy. Okay. This matter is headed to the appellate court level and a major publication so he's saying that People magazine is pretty much lying. A win is a stretch. Okay, well, she won for now until your appeal is upheld. Then to me, she has won at this point for the time being. Okay, wife requested attorney fees and expenses of litigation. Any other applicable statute, the court hereby denies wife's request. Oh, shoot. So her request for attorney fees was denied according to this court document. So you ain't paying the attorney fees. So what was upheld? And this is so ordered on the 12th day of September of 2024. So did Porsha get what she wanted? Was it really upheld? Okay, let me see what this lady Dana Whitfield says. The court order states that Simon is using the discovery process frivolously and not in good faith and denied his emergency motion. The only attorney fees that were denied was for Porsha to respond to this particular motion. You're welcome. Well, there's that. So it looked like you are going to have to pay something. just not for this particular motion. Child, this is messy. And this is a messy mess here. Miss Porsha and Simon, honey. Well, those are the Guabadias for you. Those are the Guabadias for you. We'll just have to wait and see, child. See what's going to go on. I'm wondering when they're going to let us know about Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's probably not coming out until next year. We'll see if Porsha going to have her new man on her arm like some of these ladies do every damn year. But that's all that I got. Just wanted to come and chit chat with you guys real briefly about a few topics or whatnot. Please make sure that you're liking up the video, subscribing to the channel, following me on Instagram and on Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. But I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my shit. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, so straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they died of me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some